Yep, Charlamagne the God.
Andrew Schulz.
We are the Brilliant Idiots podcast, back for another week of brilliant idiotness. Hezekiah Walker.
Hello.
How are you, man?
Man, I'm good.
How was your week?
I'm highly caffeinated.
Highly caffeinated.
Highly caffeinated.
I like that. Blessed, white, and highly caffeinated.
Blessed, white, and highly caffeinated.
I'm blessed, black, and highly favored.
Taylor's pregnant. I just want to shout out Taylor, man. We got a mom-to-be in the building. Shout out Taylor.
I'm fighting for Taylor, man. I need Taylor to get more than 1 week of maternity leave. That's all they trying to give her right now.
Why?
1 week of maternity leave.
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
These mics aren't working, so we're going to use the
Y'all
live.
finally shut her mic off?
Something's got disconnected down here.
What you need to fight for is Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, no, you're not coming to the
Tickets.
concert. No.
Why are you not letting me go?
Pregnant woman.
You're pregnant.
If you're going in a suite, why can I come with you?
I don't want to be responsible for any of that. You need to stay home.
My man's gonna be with me.
Oh, I only have one ticket.
She got 2 tickets.
Wow.
Yo, 2 tickets is crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Actually, you need 3.
3.
You got the baby.
3.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I think that you don't need to go to the Kendrick Lamar concert. I think you need to stay home and watch it on Instagram like everybody else.
Yep.
You're pregnant. See, the problem with Taylor, she don't act like she's pregnant. She's still in here trying to do manual labor.
But why?
You had to get her up off the ground. What were you doing? You were plugging in cords. What were you doing?
Why are you guys acting like I can't do stuff still? Like,
Can't. Yo, do you see her hoodie?
yes.
Her boyfriend bought her a hoodie.
He didn't buy it for me. He custom made it.
He got it custom made. It has her production
He did it
company
himself.
Taylor Made Productions. He did it himself. I'm like, why, bro? You already hit. You shot the club up. What is the point now?
Yeah, what he do wrong?
That's fucked up. That's mad fucked
What
up.
he do wrong?
What is the point?
We love each other, and he even put like on the back like what my titles are and stuff.
Where the ring at?
It's coming.
Yeah, fuck them little cute
Guess what?
hoodies.
Yeah,
I will
that's a
be.
good point.
All right? Hey,
An engagement is coming before this year's up.
I'm talking to him. Hey,
Yo,
hey.
where's the ring
me.
at?
Right. We don't want all the
Excuse
hoodies.
me.
That's
Excuse
cute.
me. The pressure's not necessary. The engagement is coming before this year is up.
That feels like
You
some
should
pressure.
always apply a little pressure.
That feels like
Trust me, as somebody who proposed and been married, a little pressure helps. A little pressure helps, right?
Took this motherfucker 17 years.
A little pressure
We
helps.
happens when there's no
but
pressure?
We're already talking about it.
We were kids.
Bro, I got pressured.
We're already talking about it. He's brought it up more than me.
Really? What is he saying?
Yeah.
You sure you don't want another hoodie?
No. No.
Trying to convince itself. What happened?
You're an asshole.
You got pressured, Schulz?
Yeah, man.
By who?
My wife.
By who?
My wife.
What did she say?
She was like, come on, let's do this already. And at that point, what do you say? No, I'm not ready?
Yes, if you're not ready.
But what does that mean?
Why
you're
can't
not
men
ready?
take back their power? If you're not ready.
Take back
No,
your
for real.
power.
Why do men have to
This
be
guy's
forced into doing things? If you're
bad
not ready,
influence.
you're not ready.
You're a bad influence.
But I'm saying,
yo.
no, I'm glad that you did. But if you weren't ready, you should not be forced.
Is it that much different
What you mean?
being in a relationship than being married?
Oh, I love being married.
But I'm saying, why are you saying you're not ready? So what's the...
No, I'm just saying for certain guys who aren't ready. I don't know why guys aren't ready. They have various reasons, but for me, I don't think there's anything better than being married. I think you need that stability.
Marriage is incredible.
And I think that when you actually, focus on what those vows are and you really pour into your marriage the right way, you create the kind of stability and discipline that you need in your life.
I think the only reason why some people may wait is when it comes to like maybe debt, right? If they're
Say that, but people say that they try to wait
That's
for
an
money.
excuse.
Yeah, it's an excuse.
That's an excuse.
Because if you love a person, y'all gonna marry each other, y'all gonna grow, and y'all gonna build. You know what I mean? And always listen. We clown people for wanting to be with folks that got money, right? So I gotta wait till I get rich to marry.
It's not rich. I'm saying like if they're in debt, don't you want to like wait till they get out of that debt a little bit and then?
Well, now it seems like you don't want to absorb that debt.
To debt do us part. Ooh, that's what they say, right?
That's truth, though.
Don't they
That's
say
truth.
that?
That's truth.
To debt do us fucking
Hold on.
part.
Let me just get a nice little reading material. You guys continue.
Yeah, man. Listen.
Don't go to a close up over here.
That's
to look
what
at
happens when you get married. Let me tell you something. You see that? That's what happens when you get married and you have stability and discipline in your life. I'm telling y'all, I done told y'all this a million times.
See that? See how they do the black man, bro?
The day.
See how they do the black man, bro? You know what piece he's holding up? A queen.
That's right.
They
That's
try
the
to make the black man gay. That's what Hollywood
No, that's the
does.
game winning chess piece. Listen,
And he got the white queen. He don't got the black queen.
That is kind of crazy.
Umar.
First of all, she's beige.
Umar.
Okay, so listen.
Umar, he's bunny hopping.
Here's the thing.
He's bunny. They called him the grandmaster of radio.
That's right.
No.
Yes.
What else do you know a grandmaster of?
Wow.
Chat niggas. What you mean? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? There's a Grand. That's not his name.
Grand.
There's also the
Grand
Wizard.
Wizard. Oh, okay. Now see, now he's wilding.
See? I'm just saying, this is regular. What I'm trying to say, this is regular. I'm just trying to do some light reading. I look at the front of it. Oh, shit.
That's right.
That's Lawrence Fishburne.
That's stability and discipline. That is what happens when you get married and devote yourself to your wife and your family. Everything else will fall into place. Okay?
But some of y'all won't do it because you're scared.
That's how you keep your life from being in shambles. That.
How did y'all just turn that whole
scared.
thing around?
What?
I know.
I'm not even joking with y'all.
Y'all don't read Variety?
Okay.
Y'all don't read Variety?
Okay, listen, time out.
Why they hating, bro? Like, we don't always read Variety.
How long you been married?
No, that's not.
Since December.
Don't worry,
3 years.
we'll edit that.
Okay.
3 years.
Andrew's
Nah,
been
get
married
it.
since December of 2022. Have you not seen this?
Oh, yeah.
No, we're not talking
Have
about.
you
I'm not
not
talking
seen
about
this?
that
Have
part.
you not seen the
You
Ascension?
go get married, you do Madison Square Garden a couple times,
Have you
no
not
big deal.
seen the Ascension?
Yes.
Without ever
How
having
many-
a comedy special. Without ever
Come on
having
now.
a comedy special on a major network, never been done in history,
Come
but no
on
big
now.
deal. I'm
Come
just
on
saying,
now.
no big deal.
Andrew, let's talk
No
about
big
this.
deal.
Oh,
But-
your biggest, to me, this is my personal opinion.
I'm not even
Your
talking
biggest
about
tour and your best material
Not even close.
came from you being married and having
Not
a
even
child.
close. Not even close.
Discipline and stability. Listen, we're not mature enough to have most conversations, but this one we are mature enough to
Discipline
have.
and stability.
Get
What do we
fucking
call
married.
that? Disability.
We Crips.
are disabled.
Crips.
It's what
Crips.
we are.
Okay? Okay?
Yo, you guys.
Y'all fucking Crips. Let's go!
Start the show, Chris. Start the show.
Oh, we didn't start already?
Chris, start it.
I thought we started.
Kick off the show.
But no, seriously, guys.
Say you're not Crip, so you don't get caught up in a RICO. Just
No, we're not
No, I'm
those
using a-
types of
I'm
Chris.
using a slur.
Disability. Yes.
I'm using a slur.
It's short for
baby.
crippled.
all right, just making sure.
Okay?
People
Short for crippled.
Yes.
We're
I'm
married.
sorry, that's great. Thank you for looking out for me,
Okay?
Alex.
We're-
I was using a slur.
We're
I
not
was-
dogging out OnlyFans models.
Let's talk now. Listen,
We're not doing that.
discipline and stability.
Discipline and stability.
Now, we heard what has happened to Shannon Sharpe.
Oh, you saving them fries for later, huh?
God damn, Taylor,
I see
think
you.
shit not
I
ain't gonna
see
be
you.
cold.
I see.
PJ don't
Ooh,
want no cold fries.
She packed up them fries
PJ
beautiful.
don't want
Mind
no
my
cold.
Packed up them
business.
fries
PJ don't
beautiful,
want no
girl.
cold fries.
Okay, wait. There's
I'm
no
just saying,
trash
there's
can in
no
here.
shame
So
over
can
The
I?
fries.
Save you some waffle fries.
I didn't even know Sweet Greens had fries.
Yeah.
When the fuck Sweet Greens started serving fries?
This is new shit.
Doesn't that defeat the point?
Nah, Taylor gets the menu DM'd.
Shut up.
She got the brand.
I got, first of all, I got a hot meal outside, so I'm just waiting.
What you mean? Why you say a hot meal like you're unhoused? You got a hot meal outside. What you mean?
That's what they
Why
call-
you saying like that? You got a hot meal outside. What's going on, Taylor? I promise we gonna get you a week and a half of
That's what
maternity
they-
leave. I'm fighting for it.
Taylor,
We're
we
gonna get you
gotta
a
get
$1
you-
raise and a week and a half
God.
maternity
leave.
I promise we got you. I promise, Taylor.
All right, can we talk about something serious?
Yes,
We,
go
we
back.
are. We're talking about stability and discipline.
And the importance of that within your life and your career.
I'm being honest with you. I'm not even joking when I say this. When great men fall, don't laugh, learn.
Ooh.
The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said that.
When you see men fall, don't laugh. Learn. Learn. Because you're on your way up. And the things that tempt people to fall, you and I are not free from that temptation, nor from the weakness that will cause us to stumble and fall. When you laugh at somebody else's fall, white or black, rich or poor, your enemy or your friend, you are laughing and opening a way for your own demise when you do that. Because to laugh and not learn, to make mockery and not to understand, is to make the same mistake yourself. Did you hear me?
This is a situation that is a teachable moment that is going on with Shannon Sharpe. I don't know how many more teachable moments like this we need, but I keep telling y'all over and over and over and over and over again, I actually just feel sad. And the reason I feel sad is because once again, we're watching a lack of discipline and a lack of stability have somebody out here fighting for their professional life.
It's crazy.
By the time this podcast come out, who knows what we might find out. You know what I'm saying?
happened?
Taylor, what happened? Pull up the story. It's so much, bro. I don't.
None of us want that hot
You just want
potato.
the news report?
Story. No, pull up the story because I want to say this accurate. I don't even want anything. When he asked me what happened, I want to be able to say what happened.
All right, well,
Pull up.
which one do y'all want?
Not make it bigger. I can't see none of those. I'm telling you, my eyesight is really going to my age, and I don't want fucking LASIK. I'm gonna get glasses.
You should get it. I got it.
I got it in one eye. I want to be like Chuck Schumer. I want to have the glasses hanging off my nose. I want to be looking like this and shit. Okay. No, I don't want to see go back to the original story. All of that is new. Those are new headlines.
It's the original story, though. There's so much stuff coming out with it.
Okay, right there. Go to the New York Times one. Shannon Sharpe is accused of by ex-girlfriend.
I don't have the thing.
Girlfriend seems generous,
Oh, you don't have
right?
a free account. Damn.
No.
Go back.
But doesn't girlfriend seem generous, though? Isn't she a professional whore?
Do you want TMZ?
Allegedly. Isn't that the alleged? That's an allegedly. I just want to point out. I'm asking a question.
Go to US. Just click on the USA Today. Shannon Sharpe denies
Sex worker.
assault allegations. This is a shakedown. Okay, make it big. I can read this one. All right, let's see. Pro Football Hall of Famer and media personality Shannon Sharpe denies sexual assault and battery allegations filed in a lawsuit against him, alleging that he's the victim of a blatant setup and shakedown attempt. Sharpe has been accused of sexual assault and battery, in addition to engaging in the intentional infliction of emotional distress in a lawsuit filed in Clark County, Nevada on Sunday. According to the suit obtained by USA Today Sports, the plaintiff listed under the alias Jane Doe alleged that Sharpe sexually assaulted her twice, once in October 2024 and again in January 2025. They met at a Los Angeles gym in 2023 when she was 19 and he was 54. One of the attorneys representing Jane Doe was Tony Busby, whom Sharpe accused of targeting him. Sharpe said he expects Busby to release a 30-second clip from a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty. Scroll up some more, Taylor. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. Sharpe said in the Instagram video on Tuesday. You can play that. Just play that. Why not? Play that. Just click on it right there. Click where it says in the Instagram. There you go. I can't hear nothing, Taylor. Taylor, make it. I can't hear nothing, Taylor. Taylor, where the ball, man, Taylor?
Yeah.
Taylor.
Why y'all hating that? Why y'all hating that?
Taylor.
It should, but just
Taylor, there's a computer malfunction, Taylor. Taylor, make come on now, Taylor. Taylor. Come on, Taylor. Now, Taylor, now, Taylor, I need you to make the volume louder now, Taylor. Taylor. Taylor.
Stop it.
Taylor. What? Taylor. Come on, Taylor. Come on now, Taylor.
It's on, though.
Taylor now.
Now.
Come on now.
Do it from my computer because something's wrong.
Okay, there you go. Just hear from your computer now.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say just like I always do. I love all you guys.
I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. I do agree that this is a shakedown. I do agree that Shannon is being targeted, but you can't shake down nobody if they don't give you nothing to shake. You can't target nobody if they don't give you nothing to target them for. Shannon is 56 years old. There is absolutely no reason for a 56-year-old man, 54-year-old man at the time, to be hollering at a 19-year-old.
Why are you even hooking up with OnlyFans girls outside of the fact that they're so fucking hot? It's unbelievable.
And that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about when I'm saying. But that's what I'm talking about.
Stupid.
But that's what I'm
how
talking
could
about.
they be so stupid to have sex with a girl on OnlyFans besides the fact that they're so fucking smoking hot gorgeous?
No, bro. At 19?
Wait, what?
No, at 19 years old, no.
She's not 19? How old is that girl?
She's 22 now.
Yeah, 20.
She was 19 when he met her. He was 54.
We talking about 22-year-olds. That's what I'm talking about right now.
You're next, buddy. You gonna be
I'm talking about 22-year-olds.
Like, here's the thing. You gotta have stability and discipline.
I look with my eyes, not my dick.
No, that's a lack of dick discipline. That's what that is right there, because a 54-year-old person with that much to lose should not be talking to a 19-year-old. Like, listen, it may be legal, but just common sense should say, you know what? This is not what I want to be into.
Also, if you
by the way,
if you hook up with a girl on OnlyFans, it's guaranteed this is going to happen. This is a 99% chance this will happen.
Absolutely. But how green is Shannon Sharpe? He's not a rookie. This ain't a 19-year-old. This is a 23, 24-year-old
I had a
mistake.
good joke, but I didn't know if it was racist or not. You said, how green is it? And I was like, a mile?
Man, shut up. No, how green is he that he ended up in a situation like this? How is this 19-year-old, 22-year-old woman now able to line him up in this way?
You know what's so funny is that when I did his pod, he said this thing to me. It was so peculiar. He's like, I don't get into the elevator with like, he said single women or was it single white women? I forget what he said.
Just he don't want to be alone with women in the elevator because anything can happen.
I don't ride the elevator with single women.
Yes,
so
you cannot do
if
that.
a single woman is on the elevator, I gotta wait.
Wait, why don't you? Because they just get too horny.
No, I don't.
Why
I
do
don't
they
wanna
get
run the risk?
run the risk of what?
Sometimes the mention of impropriety is enough to sway people's opinion of somebody.
Really?
So I don't do that.
So if a single woman's going to go into an elevator,
I'm not getting on it.
and what do they think?
I don't let women servers come into my room to bring food.
Really?
If they come to clean the room, I leave the room. I sit in the hallway till they're done. Then I go back into the room.
Now, have you ever like blown someone's mind with that? Like, has a girl ever? Been
No,
like,
a lot of times when people see me, it's like, okay, you can get on. I was like, no, I'll wait till the other. They said, no, it's fine. And I just keep it moving like that.
And do you think that they're thinking there's like some reverse racism thing there?
No, I don't know what they're thinking.
Do you clutch your purse when white women walk around?
My crossbody? Nah. Because if I'm on the elevator by myself and a woman steps on, I'll get off.
White women only or black women?
It doesn't matter.
And I felt really bad in that moment. Like I was telling Al when we were doing Flair, and I was like, I felt really bad. I was like, wow, this is another like racial dynamic that I don't understand. Like he's a large, muscular black dude, and he has to be concerned going through his everyday life that a random woman could feel threatened and then like call the cops, and he could end up in jail for absolutely nothing. I was like, there's a level of racism to this I don't even fucking understand.
I think that's a level to it too, but I think it's just a level of success, period.
Yeah, and absolutely level of success, period. But then I see this shit. I'm like, what the fuck are you?
You can't
be worried about an elevator, but then talking to a girl on OnlyFans.
That's my point. And
they make money by selling the sex.
That's my point.
So if they're fucking you, please believe you're paying for it. You're paying for it one way or another. But this is
Maybe he said that to you because he was going through this at the time.
Tony Busby said they have been contacting him since February.
Yeah, so
I mean, just keep in mind, if you're talking to any girl on OnlyFans, this is bound to happen to you. This is a 100% guarantee. I don't know why any guy would do this with a girl on OnlyFans outside of the fact that they're fucking melt your balls.
But I
don't get it. I don't get it.
I have never seen. I don't know the last time I've seen somebody handle something like this so badly.
Wait, why do you think he handled it poorly?
Oh my God! I mean, first of all, number one, when the person has that much audio of you, a person has that many text messages of you, a person has alleged video of you, you know what you should be doing after you get sued? Shutting the fuck up.
Oh, and just going right to
It's
court?
shutting the fuck up. Let the courts handle everything. Let your lawyer handle everything. You shouldn't be making those statements. You damn sure shouldn't have your lawyer doing a press conference saying, I can't believe she filed this lawsuit because we were about to settle with her for $10 million. Huh?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Huh?
That's crazy.
I was surprised when I first heard this. I thought Lanny Davis misspoke. Fairly early in the conference call, he mentioned that Shannon Sharpe, during efforts to settle the case before the lawsuit was filed, offered tens of millions of dollars to the plaintiff. And he used that phrase several times, tens of millions of dollars. And I, along with other people who were on the call, asked questions. The way it worked was you typed your question in. You didn't actually verbally express the question. So you type the question, you send it, and you wait for them to answer it. Multiple people who were on that call asked the question of, is it tens of millions or is it 10 million? What's the number specifically? So eventually, after saying tens of millions several times, Lanny Davis said that Shannon Sharpe offered at least $10 million to settle the case. Now, I practiced law for 18 years. I was stunned by that.
But I actually.
What you mean that was bad? That right there is an admission of guilt. And by the way, it don't mean he's guilty. But listen, when you're first of all, anytime you're settling, it looks like an admission of guilt. And when you're settling for $10 million, you're telling people, I know I did something that's worthy enough of me settling.
I disagree.
Oh, you're bugging. You're crazy.
He works for Disney. He's like, hey, even though I think this is all bullshit, but I think he's just like, I don't even want the image of me choking some girl to be out there. So
what do you mean choking the girl?
They have a video. No, but they have a video of the sex that they had. And I bet you on the video is the choking stuff. So he's like, hey, I worked for the mouse. I don't even want this out there. It's worth paying her $10 million.
The mouse isn't even where Shannon makes all of his bread and butter.
I'm just saying. But
no. When you pay once, guess what happens? Everybody comes out to play. Diddy is proof of that.
That's what
Michael Jackson is proof of that.
This is what I assume Busby's doing, is like dropping this and to see if it's basically breadcrumbs. Well, Busby it's like, is anybody else going to come out?
Busby said he wasn't going. Busby said the only reason he put that stuff out is because of how Shannon Sharpe didn't respond when they put her name out there. When they started to put her text messages out there, he said he put all this other stuff out there because of how they were trying to discredit her. Once again, that's why you shut the fuck up. Here's the thing. You know, Shannon knows whatever the relationship was with him and that young lady. Maybe he wasn't aware of the text messages. Maybe he wasn't aware of the video. I don't know. I don't see how he couldn't have been.
What do you mean he wasn't aware of it?
Maybe she had these screenshots and he didn't know. Maybe she videotaped him and he didn't know. That's the only explanation I could think of why you would come out so hard after you've been sued like that.
But haven't we seen people get killed in the court of public opinion?
Who gives a fuck?
While you're just trying to be quiet and let the courts deal with it?
Who gives a fuck?
I mean, his career.
If you're innocent, who gives a fuck? Everything will come out and you will come out clean in the long run.
This is
who gives a fuck?
Completely separate thing here, but like, let's say she drops the charges, right? How many new signups you think she got on her OnlyFans?
Yeah, a lot.
I bet you she quadrupled her OnlyFans just from the buzz of this.
Well, guess what, Andrew? I respect her because she showed more emotional intelligence in the last 48 hours than Shannon Sharpe and his whole team. Because she hasn't said shit. Yeah. Not a fucking word. I realize why y'all fumble money all the motherfucking time, man. I realize why people fumble opportunity all the time. Because people are ridiculous. Like,
tell me. What do you mean?
A lack of emotional intelligence because they care too much about what the court of public opinion thinks as opposed to the court of law. You're being sued for $50 million and you know that your attorney already tried to settle for $10 million? And you're doing a video comparing yourself to Jay-Z? Jay-Z didn't settle.
His attorney tried to settle for 10?
Are you listening? Yes.
Oh, I thought that's what his attorney offered $10 million.
His lawyer did a press conference and said he was shocked that they sued because they were approaching a settlement for $10 million that she turned down.
To not release the sex tape.
Yeah. To not come out, period, with the story.
I thought it was to not release the sex tape.
No,
if it's to not come out with the story, then it seems like an admission of guilt, which I know he's not saying that he did anything, but that would be how it is digested by the audience.
He don't want it to. Sure, exactly. Exactly.
The concern
If you
the
care
public,
exactly.
The public opinion
Exactly.
might view it a lot of times in settlement cases. When somebody settles, the public opinion is this admission of, "Hey, I did this wrong." What a lot of people don't realize is that if things go to court, it could be really expensive, and it's actually cheaper to settle than it is to continue. And usually, with the settlement, you say, "Hey, you can't talk about this case at all," and now in your mind, the case goes away, and then inevitably somebody leaks it, et cetera. But I understand that logic.
And when it comes to the shakedown aspect, it's been a grift for the several years now. Like, these lawyers will reach out to your team, and these lawyers will say, "Hey, this person has these allegations. If you don't, give us a settlement, or we come to some type of agreement, we're going to hold press conferences and go to the media and blah blah
They'll
blah."
assassinate your character and defame you through an allegation. And the fucked up thing is that you can't sue them for defamation because they're the one making the accusation. It's like disgusting abuse of the legal system.
And it's been going on for a long time.
So that's what I'm saying. If that's how it would have played out, wouldn't it be smart of him to settle and just deal with people?
Not if I'm innocent.
No, but
I don't care. Like, I truly, honestly.
But what Al's saying is that the collateral damage of you being proven innocent might cost you more.
I believe too much in the universe, and maybe I'm stupid.
I'm with you, bro.
Maybe I believe too much in the truth. I mean, I really do.
We going to court.
That's right.
We going to court.
Jonathan Majors.
What about him?
Allegation, and then he gets proven guilty on just a small portion of what they were charging him for.
But he got found guilty.
Okay, and that's the thing. He doesn't want to take this to court. It seemed like they were just having kinky sex, and he probably chokes her during sex.
I think we're all missing the point, though. He does not need to be in this situation. He put himself in this situation by being 54 years old.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Fucking with a 19-year-old OnlyFans model. Let's all back up for a second. Let's back up.
Yeah.
Discipline and stability.
Discipline and stability.
At 54 years old, 56 years old, you should be laid up with your wife of 15, 20 years. Y'all should have a few kids, probably some grandkids.
Maybe some grands.
Y'all both should be deciding who's gonna go to CVS to get your goddamn cholesterol medication.
The statin.
Seriously. Y'all should be complaining about your eyesight together.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Y'all should have been doing hot yoga during the day. Like, discipline and stability.
I agree with that.
I don't even want to focus on Shannon Sharpe in this situation. I want to focus on men lacking discipline and stability. How many people are we going to see fall because they lack dick discipline?
You're out here.
How many?
You're hooking up with these OnlyFans girls. This is gonna happen. Every single one of them is gonna do a version of this to you, either behind the scenes or in front of everybody. Every single person. And I don't even understand why the fuck they do it.
What you mean?
I don't understand why they're even going for these OnlyFans girls.
She said $25,000 a cheek. That's what the girl said. The girl said $25,000 a cheek. Also, man, salute. I just really can't believe how green Shannon was in this situation. Did you see the text messages, bro? Did you see the text messages when she told him no means no? I asked you to wear a condom.
That shit looks so set up, bro. That shit looks so.
But why would you fall for that?
What did he say back to it?
Can I call you later? That's what he texts back. Can I call you later? That's literally what he texts back. It's just disappointing to see. I'm not even gonna lie, yo. It's just disappointing.
Not unk.
It's just disappointing. I just want us as men to have more discipline. And I love the fact that this Monique audio was going viral because everything Monique was saying to him was absolutely true.
If they're a sex worker, just know when you have sex with them, that's work. And you're going to have to pay for it. This is not an internship. That's what they do for a living. You're going to have to pay for it. Let's hear it.
Let's hear Big Mo.
Let's hear Big Mo. 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. I know. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your old ass and get you an old bitch out there that can love you old. You trying to hang out with these young bitches and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it.
She's not wrong.
She's not wrong.
You ain't wrong when you're right. A great man once said, you ain't wrong when you're right.
She's not wrong at all. Listen, all of you guys, and I'm consistent in this. We've had this conversation on the podcast before. All you guys that are 40 plus years old, 50 plus years old, be out here running around with these 19-year-olds, early 20-year-olds. That shit is not the flex you think it is, yo.
Listen, I'm telling you right now.
Not the flex you think it is.
You are crazy if you do this. If you're messing with a sex worker, you're going to get worked. Simple as that.
Is she a sex worker, though?
Yeah, she got OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
If you're on
you a sex worker?
If you're on OnlyFans, you're a sex worker.
Yes.
You and sex worker is too kind. I think we have to go back to the traditional term. I think horse is
Nah. Because some just show lingerie.
If she was a 39-year-old sex worker, if she was a 39-year-old person on OnlyFans, I wouldn't give a flying fuck. The fact that Shannon Sharpe is 54 and got into this with a 19-year-old.
But when Bill Belichick does it, it's fine?
No. Let's talk about that. I'm glad you brought that up. Pull up how old Bill Belichick's girlfriend is. Pull up how old she is.
While she's pulling that up, how come when the Jay-Z allegation came out, you liked the fact that he immediately came out and said something?
Because you knew the Jay-Z shit was cap. It was less than 12 hours and there was tons and tons of fucking evidence against Shannon.
But what if he feels the same way?
Video. Huh?
No, but what if he feels like, oh, this is cap, this is a shakedown?
Alex, how can it be cap when you know all this shit exists? When you know the video exists, when you know the audio exists, when you know the text message exists?
They're accusing him of rape, and he had consensual sex.
Jay-Z said he didn't even know the woman. Shannon knows he knows this woman.
I'm saying it's not the identical situation, but if he's
Alex,
saying...
Listen to what I'm saying. Shannon knows this stuff exists.
Yeah.
You know the audio exists. You know the video exists. You know the text messages.
Exactly.
Shut the fuck up.
I think it's a different. I understand what you're trying to say, but I think it's a very different situation because if Jay-Z's like, I don't even know this person, it's very different than if you have had sexual intercourse with somebody. Like, and listen, there's a lot of people out there that are desperate. Like maybe the OnlyFans wasn't really popping, and who knows? Like you don't know what people are capable of doing. Second, you start selling your body, who knows what you can do after that? Like you can't return from selling your body into society in a normal, functional way. There's a scarlet letter that's put on you, whether we like to admit it or not.
Yeah.
We can try to like sanctify and like clean the slate of people who have been involved in sex work, but the reality is that I think society punishes it in the long term, So it's like, there's a lot of desperation and anger behind that.
Now let's talk about this. This is where the brilliant part of the show.
She look 24.
More so idiot. How old is she?
24.
He's 73.
Yeah.
When the person is 70 plus years old, and the woman is 24, I'll be like, what's wrong with her?
What?
I don't look at him and say, what's wrong with him?
Yeah.
I say, why does she want a 73-year-old? But I know why.
Fucking hog is crazy. The offensive line is crazy.
Bill Belichick's net worth.
Pull up Bill Belichick.
Pull Bill Belichick's net
board
worth.
shorts. Put him up in the board shorts. You don't think that Bill Belichick got a big dick?
I have no idea. But
would you wear a tank top
70 million
if you had a small penis?
$70 million, bro.
Okay. You don't think Shannon got 70 million?
I think what Bill
He's
is
worth
doing is
14
disgusting
million.
too.
Who is?
Shannon Sharpe.
How the fuck was he going to give her 10? Come on now, that's crazy. You gonna give 10 of the 14? Put me in jail. I ain't gonna give fuck that, bro. Hold on.
No, I think what Bill Belichick is doing is nasty too, but I still look at her like, why does she want a 73-year-old?
That shit is fire, bro. It's 74 years old. Yo, you're gonna be 74 one day, right?
With me and my old wife living life.
And she's gonna give you a hall pass and some 24-year-old boom, gonna walk down the street dripping and try to throw that wet on you.
Why do you even think you'll keep up with that, though?
What do you mean keep up? I'm on my back looking at them tits firm.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
Andrew is trying.
Giving her that popcorn.
Andrew like, you tired of all of the black guys getting caught up. Andrew like, let me be the white guy that gets caught up.
Yo.
You sound like Shannon on Club.
What are you talking about?
I like it when they bust them open. The young things bust them open. I like when them young girls walk down the street. That's how you sound right now. Keep it up. Keep it up.
I'm a happily married man, a father, a loving provider.
And that is the moral of the story.
I believe in disability. Wait, what was the
discipline and stability?
Discipline, stability.
Actually, I believe in disability too.
Facts.
Because if you ever get caught in shit like that, I can't even walk, man.
Me neither.
I'm crippled. I don't know what the fuck.
Who did what?
How'd
I do it? How'd I hold her down? How'd I hold her down? I couldn't hold her down. What are you talking about? What do you mean? She took advantage of me. She took advantage of
Did
me.
y'all know also he has 3...
Y'all try to burn this shit down.
We're not mature enough to have this conversation.
I told you this was the brilliant idiot part of the show. I gave
We're not mature enough.
Okay, come on now.
By the way, did y'all know he had 3 children?
Yes, I did.
Who has 3 children?
2 daughters, Shannon.
Yes, he does have 3 children, I believe.
This is not about Shannon. This is about men having a lack of discipline and a lack of stability.
Stay away from OnlyFans.
That is what I want us to learn from this conversation. When you're looking at this Shannon Sharpe story and you're having conversations about this Shannon Sharpe story, just think about how he got himself in this situation. My daddy used to say it all the time. Trouble is easy to get into and hard to get out of. And this is an example of that situation. He got so many different warnings. You heard what Monique told him. Shit, last week when we was on Brilliant Idiots and I heard him talking to Funny Marco, I was like, Shannon, gotta stop talking like that. You gotta stop talking about, young girls busting it open. And listen, you can say whatever you want. You can call me PC to God all you want. That was me 20 plus years ago, talking like that. Imagine if I'd have still been talking like that now at 46 years old, how stupid I would look. So imagine how incredibly dumb I would look sniffing a seat at 56.
That'd be
You'd be like, what the fuck is wrong?
So dope.
That'd be fire.
No, just entertainment-wise.
That'd be fire.
You know what? Whoever sues you, I hope they take WTF.
No.
No.
Come on, don't say
That's fucked up to put out there.
fucked up.
I will say this. The best sniff I ever saw you do was when Flame Monroe got up. And you
That was when I was trying to be inclusive. I was,
Yo, when you took that huff, I saw you breathe out of your mouth.
that was crazy.
You went,
Flame, don't clip this because you know it ain't true. That never happened.
Flame. He sniffed that seat and smelled that badussy. What, Taylor? We can't sniff some badussy.
Would people look at this situation if it was a trans?
Say again?
Would people look at this situation different if it was a trans?
Yeah, of course. We would understand some of his outfits.
Okay, that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, I think it would be more inclusive, more understanding.
All I
Does
know
he get
is,
out of it?
Say what?
Do you think he can get out of it
I
now?
think
You
he does
it's in
get
too
out.
deep?
what do you mean get out of it? What does get out of it mean?
Like, do you think he could say the girl, like you said, like,
Are you saying? Do you think? I don't think he did it. But I'm also the type of person is I don't want to hope that somebody did something like that. I don't want there to be a victim of a crime like that. So I always am going to go, I don't think that person perpetrated that disgusting act because I don't want there to be a victim of that act.
Yeah, I'm not here to...
So I am here for Shannon. If you're believing Shannon is guilty, what are you truly believing right here? I want to believe that the innocent man is innocent.
Yeah, I'm not here to talk about whether Shannon's innocent or guilty. I really don't know. I'm just simply saying,
I'm saying,
how did he get... We should pay attention to how he got into this situation.
I think
and
that's
avoid that.
I think that's a great point. So, like, again, first of all, innocent to proven guilty, 100%.
Yes.
And also, we want him to be innocent. This is like a really important thing.
No, but do you think it's...
Let me just get the whole thing out. We want him to be innocent, and that's like important for the internet. Like piling on somebody who's famous that's going through this is really fucked up. And a lot of times, people just want to see a successful person get humbled. But what is the cost of that? That a woman ends up getting like... That's not what you have to think about what you're saying, not you. One is saying when they support it. So we believe Shannon is innocent. The justice system believes Shannon is innocent until anything else happens. But I think what Charlamagne is saying is you want to know how to avoid these situations?
Yes.
Don't put yourselves... Don't be fucking 19-year-old girls with OnlyFans.
When you're 54
act your
years
age, that's all.
old.
And you have daughters.
And
I wouldn't do it at any age. If I was just giving advice to you, I'd just stay away from OnlyFans, bro.
My advice is find you a woman. Yo, Kendrick Lamar said it the best.
Don't let no white... What?
No, he said you better off with one woman. Everything tricky out here.
Yo.
It's my greatest infinity.
This is... I was about to say it.
It's the greatest.
I was about to say it.
This wedding ring is the greatest infinity stone ever. Discipline and stability, I'm telling you.
Do you know why your wedding ring goes on your left hand? Do you know why?
Why?
It goes on a man's left hand? Because we beat off with the right.
Oh my God. Like, what?
I mean, it's true.
That is true.
I don't know. That sounds.
Well, you're left-handed.
You go to the hell. That's what they used to do. They used to drown lefties, right? It was a big issue with the left-handed people.
Discipline and stability.
Disability.
Do I believe Shannon Sharpe is being shook down? Yes, but he gave people something to shake.
Don't give them anything to shake.
Don't give them nothing to shake.
You have to have disability.
Discipline and stability.
If an OnlyFans girl DMs you, do you DM her back or do you do disability?
Yes. Yes, I'm not here. I'm not here to have no conversation.
Right? You're about to DM her, you go, no, disability, right?
Yo, you seen the videos of the girls with Down syndrome with the big
Have I?
That's so crazy.
My whole feed is that.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
That's so crazy. I got a homegirl who keeps sending me those videos.
But you know it's a filter, right?
It is?
There's a Down syndrome filter that you can put on girls.
With the Nelly playing? The country grandma?
Well, you could put whatever filter you want.
That's crazy.
We going down,
Yeah.
baby. Your street
I did not know that.
No, that shit is.
Wow. But listen, all I'm simply trying to tell people, and I really want y'all to take this away, because I'm not here to prosecute Shannon Sharpe. I'm not even trying to have
Free
that
Shannon.
conversation.
Free Shannon.
All I'm simply saying, I don't know if it's free him either. I don't know whether he's innocent. I don't know whether he's guilty. All I know is
He's innocent. He's innocent.
avoid these type of situations.
What I'm saying is, at this current juncture, he's an innocent man. He's an innocent man in America.
Yeah, absolutely,
And,
absolutely.
You know, that's
Absolutely. He's allowed due process. It's not even a criminal case.
Think that. So
It's
there
a
we
civil
go.
case. By the way, that's another good conversation we never have, right?
Yes.
When we have these conversations about civil, right? And we could talk about, whether or not the woman should have pressed criminal charges, whatever. But when we have these conversations about civil, I think the reason we end up trying to prosecute people in the court of public opinion, because they're not going to ever be prosecuted in the court of law. Or we don't know if he will be. But as of right now, he's not.
I think we just like seeing successful people fail.
So why do successful people put themselves in positions to fail?
Well, I think that humans are flawed, man. Shout out Jesus. Shout out Jesus. I don't think we gave a shout out to Jesus, by the way. We are all sinners, and he has died for our sins.
We keep saying Jesus sinned, but what sin did Jesus commit?
No, he did not sin. He is the perfect man. He died. A perfect man died for our sins.
That's some bullshit, y'all. We gotta stop this.
Yo.
I know this. I know mad, but we gotta stop.
Yo.
You know what y'all are saying whenever y'all say that?
What is that?
Jesus died for nothing.
What you mean?
He died because y'all still sinning. Y'all don't even try to even not all, because there's a lot of people who do. But most people don't even try to remotely live up to the example that Jesus set.
Well, look at this, Charlamagne.
That's what you got to strive to.
You were born a sinner.
Why?
It is your burden.
Why? Did I open my mouth when I was coming out the womb? Huh?
What?
Why was I born a sinner?
Yo.
Why was I born a sinner? What did I do?
You probably had your mouth open while you were in the womb. You know, hoping some dick popped up in there. I get the tip of it.
By the way, you know that's how studs are born, right? That's how studs are born. You always want that taste. If you come out the womb with your mouth open,
if you come out
always want that taste.
If you came out as first, you were probably gay.
No. You know why they made the doctor stop slapping the boys on there?
Because they liking it.
That's how it starts. That's how it
We're
started.
not mature enough to have this. We're not mature enough to have this conversation. Okay. But in all seriousness, and you need to listen, Charlamagne. I'm saying we will not be mocking Jesus on this podcast.
I'm not mocking Jesus. I love Jesus. I'm just simply saying. And by the way, when I said that, I heard Jesus saying, "Talk that talk." Jesus knows that we don't even try to live up to the example that he set, and we use.
And he still took it.
We use his death as an excuse to sin. And you know who else does that? Gangbangers on podcasts. Gangbangers on podcasts always want to lie and be like, on the dead homie. We always putting it on the dead homie.
Wow.
Name Jesus. Stop it.
We do.
Stop it. Stop doing that. Jesus deserves better.
He was pierced for our transgressions. He was crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was on him, and by his wounds we are healed. We all like sheep have gone astray. Each of us has turned to our own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. He was oppressed and afflicted, yet he did not open his mouth. He was led like a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before its shearers is silent, so he did not open his mouth.
Jesus is like,
amen.
Jesus is like, I don't know these motherfuckers that y'all got me dying for. And when I look down, I don't like none of these motherfuckers. Ain't none of them living the way that we want them to live. But they walking around with me on their neck.
You spiteful.
You know
spiteful,
what I'm saying?
bro.
They out here talking about what would Jesus do?
Yes.
But don't do anything I would do. We cut it the fuck out, man.
We can only try.
Yep.
We can only try.
Nah, he didn't try. He lived.
Yeah, he was God's kid.
And so are we.
No, we're not.
That's not true.
No, we are made in his image, but we are not his one and only son. We are made in his image, but we are not his one and only son. He gave the world his one and only son.
I don't believe that. I just don't believe
Okay,
that.
you can go to hell.
I just don't believe that.
book says.
I just don't believe that. I believe we are all God. So why does the Bible say we all God's children? It does say that.
No, it says we are made in his image.
No, it says we're all God's children. Look it up.
Look it up.
It says we're all God's children. See, time out. Listen to this. Listen to this. You see how y'all spend time trying to justify why it's okay for y'all to sin? Instead of just striving to actually do what Jesus did.
I'm married.
Yeah.
You know me, I'm good.
Eh.
What do you mean, eh? God never said you couldn't make fun of retards.
John 12:13. Yet to all who did receive him, to those who believed in his name, he gave the right to become children of God. Children born not of natural descent, nor of human decision, or a husband's will, but born of God. We are all children of God. John, what is that? 1:12-13. Now, y'all better start. What would Jesus do? You better start living like him and stop putting it on the dead homie. Okay? Y'all love putting it on the dead homie, but not living the way the dead homie would have lived.
Well,
stop.
Do you want the gang members to live the way the dead homie would have lived?
No, I ain't talking about them dead homies. I'm talking about the big dead homie.
The big dead homie.
Big J.
Big
okay?
J. Big J.
All right?
Yeah.
So crazy, man.
Shout out Jesus, though. You the man.
Salute to Jesus, man.
Salute to Jesus,
Give
bro.
your life to Jesus Christ.
Give your life
Give
to
your
him.
life to your wife. Discipline and stability is all I'm here to preach for the rest of my life. And listen, you don't gotta listen to me, okay? I'm just gonna be out here being living proof of what being a faithful man who loves his wife will do for you.
Amen.
And you need to start preaching that too.
I do preach this.
I'm telling you, he the only one.
I know we're trying to get him married.
10 WTF studios.
If you were married, you'd have 10 WTF studios.
Already.
Huh?
He don't want to get married because he's scared his wife won't get deported.
That's facts.
Yo.
You said that was crazy. You,
what did I say?
You're being really fucking. I don't know why you're being crazy.
By the way, Shannon Sharpe, that's the only. You ask me who can save him? Calling Ice. That woman's name is what? What is her name?
You know when they fight, what he plays in his house,
her name
right?
is something Zoo nigga, huh?
Do you know what he?
I'm not even joking. That's her name.
Gabby, I don't know how to say it like
That's her name. Okay, pull it up and let's see if Andrew can pronounce it. Let's pull it up. I shouldn't even have said nothing.
I've been waiting for this moment. I've been waiting for this moment. Let's go. Let's go. Pull that shit up. Put it in bold. Put it in bold. Let's go.
Where's her name?
Oh my God.
Yup. Her name is.
No, you know what? No, let's not. Let's not do that.
I got it right
there.
there.
We're gonna bleep it anyway.
Her name is Gabby Zunaij.
Right.
The A is silent. it's a silent A, guys. I know how to speak other languages, unlike y'all. Okay, that's how you pronounce that name on this podcast.
Oh, man. Oh, okay. Let's pay some bills, man. Yes, discipline and stability, y'all. Salute to Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to turn your sports knowledge into cash. By the way, Prize Picks, y'all got some amazing commercials. I don't know who y'all got working at Prize Picks that has tapped into culture the way that y'all tapped into culture, but I seen Drewski in Prize Picks commercials. I seen Joe Budden the other day. I saw Big X the Plug. Like, shout out to y'all. Mark, I think Funny Marco's been in one. Salute to whoever's Prize Picks doing the commercials. But with millions of members, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 2,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. Turn your playoff hot takes into tickets to basketball's championship series. Starting with the play-in round, every lineup you make on Prize Picks will enter you in the Takes 2 ticket sweepstakes, which could get you in a +1 a VIP trip to the ship. Prize Picks is the best way to get action on sports in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. Prize Picks also offers weekly promotions that can lead to big payouts like Taco Tuesday. Each Tuesday, Prize Picks discounts select player projections up to 25% to provide even more value for your lineups, okay? Now, Do you think LeBron James will get more than 24 points in Game 3 against the Timberwolves? You think Giannis will get more than 35 points? Well, cook up hot takes with your friends and win real money this basketball season when you and your crew run your game on Prize Picks, okay? Download the app today and use code IDIOTS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code IDIOTS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game. You want to do Morgan & Morgan?
Let's do it. Here's a dirty little secret that the insurance industry may want to keep under wraps. Insurance companies profit by holding onto your money for as long as possible. So after an accident, they might do whatever they can to delay or deny your claim. This way they can keep those profits growing. Morgan & Morgan fights hard against these corporations to fight to make sure you get every dollar you deserve. When in court, the insurance companies want jurors to think that the at-fault driver is the one paying the verdict amount, because you have sympathy for that at-fault driver. They might not have any money. Meanwhile, it's the insurance companies that have all the money who are covering the cost. So when Morgan & Morgan takes on a case, they're almost always going after the big insurance companies, not the individuals at fault. Morgan & Morgan fights hard for their clients, and these corporations know that. A recent client in Pennsylvania just received $29 million. The insurance best offer was $500,000. Another recent client in Florida received $20 million. The last offer, $0. There's a reason why Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. Okay? Hiring the wrong firm can be disastrous. Hiring the right firm could substantially increase your settlement. With Morgan & Morgan, it's easy to get started, and their fee is free unless they win. Just visit forthepeople.com/idiots or dial pound law. That's pound 529. That's forthepeople.com/idiots or dial pound law. That's pound 529. This is a paid advertisement. Now let's get back to the show. What else we got going on? Taylor Gang.
We got some church announcements. What you got, Hezekiah Walker?
This week, I want you all to go watch The Last of Us.
Ooh.
The Last of Us is a phenomenal TV show on HBO or Max or whatever the fuck it's called.
Keep your hand about that.
It's based on a video game that I played as a way to detach from reality while my wife and I were struggling with our fertility journey. I got addicted to it. I played the first one, then they put out a second one. I played the second one. The second season of Last of Us has just come out. The second episode, I think, is one of the best episodes in the history of television. I won't say anything more. I have no way of benefiting from this outside of you guys watching an incredibly good show. Go watch, go indulge, watch the first season if you haven't seen it, binge it, and then get invested in the second season. It's absolutely phenomenal. Charlamagne, what you got cooking up?
My simple church announcement is this Saturday, the 3rd annual Black Effect Podcast Festival is happening in Atlanta, Georgia at Pullman Yards. Man, if you know anything about the Black Effect Podcast Festival, you know that it is a day of just celebration of podcast culture. You know what I'm saying? Not just the entertainment of podcast culture, but the business of podcast culture as well. Some of your favorite podcasts going to be on that stage. We got the Trap Nerds podcast for all the gamers out there. Good Moms, Bad Choices podcast will be there for all the moms who still want to have a life too. We have the Naked podcast hosted by Carrie Champion. Tank and Jay Ballantyne will be on that stage with the R&B Money podcast. Just added, Cam Newton will be there doing his Funky Fridays podcast live on that stage, and Sarah Jakes Roberts will be doing her Woman Evolve podcast live on that stage. These podcasts got guests on them too. I don't think we can announce the guests. Are we allowed to announce the guests? Yeah, I don't want to announce the guests, but all of these people will be having different guests on their podcast. So blackeffect.com/podcast festival. There's still a few tickets left. All the VIP and the meet and greet is sold out. I don't know how much more general admission or student tickets are left, but go to blackeffect.com/podcast festival. Get your tickets. It's all hosted by Mandy and Weezy. Decisions. We got the Black Effect Marketplace out there, so all the merchandise will be there. I'm going to have a Black Privilege booth out there. So you can buy all of the books on Black Privilege Publishing, including Weezy and Mandy's upcoming book, No Holes Barred. Okay, so you can pre-order that while you're there. What else we got? The Pitch Your Podcast activation from Nissan.
Panelists.
The who?
The creators.
Oh, we got panels. Yeah, we got panels for people who want to learn the business of podcasting, to learn how to create podcasts. We got panels on mental health, of course. A lot of good stuff, man. It's a Black family reunion. You already know what it is. I mean, it's just a family reunion, period. Pull up. We're going to have your fans out there. So we can do some line dancing, all type of good stuff. So go to blackeffect.com/podcast festival, get your tickets, and we'll see you this Saturday at the 3rd annual Black Effect Podcast Festival. Let's get back to the show. Positively brilliant this week.
Wait.
What?
All memes necessary.
Oh, all memes necessary. What we got? We got a couple of those?
Yeah.
Give me a couple. Give me some good ones, man. What we got, man? Anthony Edwards has exchanged with heckler during playoff game. I thought this was whack. They fucking fined Anthony Edwards $50,000. What they gonna fine the fan? The fan can talk shit to me, but I can't talk shit back to the fan?
I think we gotta have a real discussion, which is if we let the fans say anything without any repercussions, and the only thing you can really do is tell the fan that they're banned for life from the stadium or banned for the rest of the season or whatever. There's only 3 more games. But if the fans can say whatever they want to the players have to have some form of responding.
Yes.
I'm not saying that they can just like scream racial epithets or something like that, but like,
suck my dick is appropriate. Did he say suck my dick?
I think he said my dick's bigger than yours.
Let's hear it. Now, time out. Now, I'm going to tell you what I heard. I could be wrong. Anthony Edwards was sticking up for Rudy Gobert. I guess the fan was heckling Rudy Gobert, and Anthony is saying, yo, he got $200 million. Rudy corrects him and says $300 million. I keep hearing the fans saying, where your dick at?
Yeah.
And so Anthony's like, my dick right here.
Seems like a biological
Exactly. Why you keep asking me where my dick at?
Yeah.
My dick right here. What's the problem?
He said my dick's bigger than yours. That's what he said.
Who said that, the fan?
No, Anthony Edwards.
I'm kind of like wondering like if it's, listen, at the end of the day, they are employees of a company. If these basketball players,
the employer need to protect the employees. Then.
I agree 100%. And I don't know the way to do that. But they are employees of a company. Like if you work for Chase or if you work for Six Flags, let's say you work for Six Flags, you're the person that's putting people on roller coasters. And someone going on a roller coaster goes, fuck you, you suck dick. And then that person that's doing the roller coaster goes, my dick is bigger than yours, suck my dick. That person probably gets fired. So I wonder if there are just different rules for athletes than there are for fans. And it's an unfortunate, ugly situation, but you are still making $300 million to bounce a ball. So maybe this is just one of those things you got to put up with. It seems unfair, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think it's very unfair. I think it's very unfair that they can talk shit to the players and the players can't say anything back to them. It's not like they running in the stands to fuck them up the way Ron Artest and Steven Jackson did. And I think it's good for the sport.
Low key.
I think it's good for the sport. It's interactive.
You guys are celebrities. People say crazy shit in your comments all day, and you don't reply because why?
Nah, this is different, though.
Why?
Because it's the comments. Who gives a fuck about the comments? We in real life. It's like the guy who ran up on DeMar DeRozan at the restaurant. Huh?
They're paying.
Paying what? They're not paying.
To be. I mean, I understand on a human level, but the whole reason these guys are getting paid these outsized contracts is
not too close.
Because it's part of an ecosystem that people are paying money to be part of. Once you shut that off, what these NBA guys, I've played 30,000 hours of basketball, so it's how much, there's no value in it. There's only value because these people are paying money, and part of that experience is to feel like you're talking shit. I'm sure it's incredibly frustrating and annoying.
But can we allow that? Go.
Who the fuck believes Chris has ever played 30,000 hours?
I play a lot of basketball.
No, I've seen him play.
I play a lot of basketball.
30,000 hours of basketball.
I played a lot of basketball.
100%.
Really?
No, this guy hoops. This guy fucking hoops.
Really?
D3 starter.
What does that mean?
I started on a very bad D3 team.
Oh, E3 starter. I
No,
thought you
D3, Division 3.
Huh? What do you say? What do you say? What do you say, Schulz? Schulz, what do you say? Schulz, what did he say, Schulz?
He just hung the mic. It's a lav mic, but he just hung it somewhere because he's like, I'm out of this shit. I'm done. I am done. I submit, and I don't want anything to do with this. He gave up. Keep going. Keep going.
What are you doing?
But no, Chris,
situation.
Chris, I agree with you, but the players don't get paid to get shit talked to them. Like, you can't abuse me. I don't like that reasoning where just because I'm rich, just because I'm making money, I should just be allowed to be abused.
I agree with you. Keep going.
Have you ever been to a sporting event where people, that's part of the experience is what I'm saying.
But that's what I mean. So I'm not saying the fans shouldn't be allowed to talk shit. I'm saying that the players should be allowed to talk shit back without getting fined. Anthony Edwards got fined $50,000 for that.
But you can't grab your dick because
don't grab your dick. The kid's sitting there. I'm
He's
saying,
asking with my dick. He's screaming about my dick.
So
he's like, "Where's your dick?"
I think that there's unfortunately higher standards for the players than there are for the fans. It doesn't mean you can't say something back, but say something back within the limits.
Ronnie did it right. Your chain's fake. That's
exactly.
appropriate.
Like you could say stuff back like, "Yo, you're broke. You're ugly."
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
What if Biggie Smalls was playing? Grab your dicks if you love hip hop. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what not? What's the problem?
There's kids there.
There are kids there. And you're marketing to children, and you don't want to have an environment where the players are just lashing out and cursing at the fans. It sucks that the fans do that. But again, there has to be levels of what the players can say back. And if the fan gets caught saying that, they're most likely going to get kicked out.
I come from the era where players was always talking shit to fans when fans was talking shit.
But
I remember Dennis Rodman kicking the cameraman.
He could have said that same shit, and then if he didn't grab his dick, I'm sure he would have been fine. The fact that he grabbed his dick in front of kids is
He's someone who needs to listen to the messaging that you share.
Discipline and stability.
He's a guy with tremendous talent, but if you look at the choices he makes off court, the things he says, stuff like that, it's like, bro, just...
You know the difference, though, Chris? You're right. Anthony Edwards is 23 years old.
And he's young. He's young.
like that is the difference.
But he's got the money
now it's the
of
time
a 50-year-old, so he's got to figure it out.
I don't know what he's saying to cause that.
He's saying, "Where your dick at?"
Why would the guy in the audience ask where your dick at? Like that.
Are they playing Atlanta? Who they playing? Oh, no, they playing the Lakers. It's LA. Yo, that's crazy. He might have been flirting with Anthony Edwards that whole time, and Anthony didn't even realize it. Anthony didn't even pick up on game, man. He was flirting with Anthony the whole fucking time. He started with Rudy Gobert, so clearly the fan is like slightly a gold digger. So Anthony's like, yo, he got 200 million, 300 million. And so the dude is like, I ain't impressed with the money. Where the dick at? Where the dick at? Yo! The fan was flirting with Anthony, yo.
No, you're right.
He was flirting with Anthony. Why would you be asking where the dick at? He wanted to know where the dick was at. Anthony showed it to him. And if you notice, he shut the fuck up as soon as he saw that fucking dick. That's what he said. He said, we good. That's crazy. He went home and beat off to Anthony, yo.
But that's up to Anthony. He can't be letting people beat off to him like that.
Don't give him nothing to beat off to.
So you guys are good like this.
What else we got, Taylor gang?
You are. You're psycho.
What else we got, Taylor? What else we
Taylor,
got?
What else we got, Taylor gang?
Do y'all want to hear about Kanye or?
What did Kanye say?
He gave his cousin head.
Wait. Let me see what the headline is. I didn't see this story. Kanye West seemingly admits to performing sexual acts on his cousin after they saw two men kissing in an X-rated magazine when they were kids. I sucked my cousin's dick till I was 14.
What happened at 14?
Well, he said until he was 14.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. I was assuming by the context. I was just using context clues. I just thought that he was saying they both were 6. They found this magazine and then they started reenacting.
That's how I interpret it. But like, what happened at 14 that he thought that he should stop that?
Your taste buds get a little stronger. Puberty starts to kick in. Your taste buds either get stronger or they change. You don't eat the same things you did when you was a kid. It's
Y'all
the truth
hear
to
the
the
song?
matter. Let's hear the song. Let's hear the song. That shit sucks, bro.
I mean,
Is he losing his
That shit gay.
artistic genius?
That shit gay. That shit gay. He need to drop that niggas in Paris behind me. Okay.
He recently tweeted. Yeah, he recently tweeted saying, "Now that y'all think that I'm gay, can I say the F-bomb?"
Here's the thing. Kanye is so mad that Shannon Sharpe took the headline. You know? Like, you admitted to sucking a cock, all right, early in the week, and you had people, and then now Shannon just took all the... Like, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't give a fuck about nothing that Kanye West says. Every week it's something new. A few weeks ago, he was in a black KKK outfit with academics. Last week, he was saying his mother, God bless the dead, was a lesbian. This week, he's sucking cock. I don't give a fuck. Everything he does is a publicity stunt. Everything he does is for attention.
Also, like, you're really good at making music.
Is he?
No,
I don't
like,
know if he's that anymore.
Throughout history, he's been really good at making music. So, like, I think it's kind of a cop-out to make it a bad song. Like, you have the ability to make the song catchy, but you're scared that if it's catchy, people are just going to be singing how you gave your cousin head all the time. So you put it in, like, a shitty song. Like, I think that's kind of soft, if you ask me.
Yeah, I think he should, if he going to really...
Like, he could have made a slapper.
Go really double down, do a whole album.
Jesus sucked.
Oh.
The college cock out.
Now we're talking.
Late penetration.
I've been working this.
You know what I'm saying? That's what the fuck I'm talking about.
What was that song? I've been working I've been
What y'all don't know is that niggas in Paris wasn't about the fucking country.
I forgot the rest of it.
Paris was the name of a person.
Yo, that's a good point.
What?
That's a great point. If Paris was a person.
It was.
Then you putting that on Jay.
Jay didn't know.
Jay didn't know. He's completely
like, you're not the only person who can do double entendres and triple entendres. Okay.
If Paris is what he calls his mouth,
what the hell?
It does make a lot of sense.
Makes all the sense in the world.
And they played that shit 9 times in a row. Yo, can you imagine?
Paris is what he called his mouth.
Yo.
Paris is what he called his mouth is insanity.
Gabriella Zunaj in Paris.
Oh, my God. Man. I sucked my cousin's. I'm going to be honest with you. I saw that headline. I said, what am I supposed to do with this information?
Well,
I sucked my cousin's dick till I was 14. Okay.
I need to know what happened at 14. Did he start nutting? Like, what happened at 14 that he was like, I shouldn't do that anymore?
That could be it, too. And you know what Kanye did today? He tweeted, everybody loves me now. I'm going to make y'all hate me again. Stop taking this man serious. Stop. Like, why do y'all even pay him any attention? Okay, now I know the jokes are great. The jokes are fantastic, you know what I mean? But I really don't even find it funny that he sucked cock till he was 14.
I do.
I mean, here's the key word, Schulz. Here's the key word. He said, I sucked my cousin's dick till I was 14. Never said he stopped sucking dick.
Whoa.
He stopped sucking his cousin's dick. I don't think you stop sucking dick. Once you get that oral fixation, you know what I'm saying? People that used to smoke cigarettes don't stop. They move on to something else, vapes or the nicotine gum. You're always going to have that oral fixation. That's all I'm saying.
That's good, boy.
That's all I'm saying.
I think it's messed up that he did that to his cousin because his cousin's locked up.
Cousin in fucking jail.
Yeah, and he said why he's in jail, so people are going to know.
That's messed up.
He didn't get into the car accident at 14, right?
Nah, it was like...
That's probably why Through the Wire was so passionate. That was the worst time in his life. He couldn't suck no dick. That was the worst time in his life. That's why he was so passionate on that song. You know?
He was furious.
Let me go look at the lyrics of this shit.
Nah, we need to get Through the Wire
I
up.
need to see if we missed something, man. Let me see. Through the Wire lyrics, yo. No, I need to see if we missed something. Oh my God, he said I spit it through the wire.
No, we did not! Stop it! Stop it!
He goes, I spit it through the wire. He goes, the doctor said I had blood clots, but I ain't Jamaican, man. Letting you know. I ain't Jamaican. It's okay for me to be a Bati boy. Story on MTV, and I ain't trying to make a band. I swear this right here, history in the making, man. Nothing really crazy in that.
Nah. Guys, hard dick season is upon us, okay? You already know what time it is. We've had a lot of conversation on this podcast. I know it's probably making you stiff, okay? So if you want to get that willy erect, you're going to use the best in the business. This is an absolute no-brainer. Same active ingredients inside Viagra, Cialis, but this is the chew. This is the new shit, the one everybody's rocking with, the one that you're going to get rocked with. And you're going to get your first month free. All you got to do is pay $5 shipping. When you go to BlueChew.com, use the promo code IDIOTS. It's that simple. Give your girl what she deserves, all of your inches. Now let's get back to the show. Yo, speaking of Jamaicans, I was talking to Vybz Kartel. That's sick.
No, I love Vybz.
I mean, what a
such good energy.
But what a legend, like a true legend.
Vybz is a great person. I never had met Vybz Kartel, and the thing that I loved about Vybz Kartel is what I love about anybody. He just wants to laugh. He's just a funny person.
Can you tell me some of his history
the shit
and
he
lore?
said,
Like
the shit he said off the mic when he was like, cut the camera.
Yeah.
And then he started talking to me about all the shit he seen me say that he liked. I'm like, oh, bruh, I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he likes to laugh.
Tell me, I've obviously heard of Vybz, but like, tell me why he had Jamaican culture in like a stranglehold. Why he was
really
so...
don't know. I'm not.
Oh, wow.
I've never been a huge reggae artist.
Yeah.
There's certain Jamaican dancehall songs that I like. I've never been like really.
My understanding is that like
it.
he was such a profound cultural figure in Jamaica that there was like concern from like politicians and like the elites that he had more power over the people than they did.
Well, I've heard that. I've seen.
He said that.
He said that in the interview, and I've recently seen like the comparisons to Bob Marley. I don't know. I
bumped into a guy this weekend, right? I was at a restaurant and I noticed the accent. I was like, "Where's your accent from?" And he's like Jamaican. I was like, "Did you go to the Vybz concert?" And this is a guy who's probably in his 20s, and he goes, "No, I didn't go, but that's literally my favorite artist." Like and this is a younger guy. Like think about that. This guy's probably known Vybz. How long was Vybz locked up for?
I think 13 years.
So this is a guy who the majority of his life, Vybz has been incarcerated, and he's still his favorite artist. Like,
I think we was talking about it in the interview. I think, going to jail made him larger than life. Like watching somebody go to jail and fight the case that Vybz was facing, but always having the faith that he was going to get out and always proclaiming his innocence. And then you actually see this person come home and he's supposed to be sentenced to life.
Forget it.
It makes him look, like you larger than life. But I really salute the Vybz, man. He's funny, man. Like he likes to laugh. Everything is a joke. That's my kind of people.
So you're not taking anything serious?
No, not at all. I would love to ask him about Kanye sucking dick.
Oh,
just to see what his response would be.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What else we got, Taylor? Why would you just tell people you sucked the dick till you was 14?
I don't know, bro.
What was he hoping to get from that? Like, I'm not. It's one thing when you reveal, trauma that you've been through or situations that you've been through because you're looking to heal from it, or
attention is a drug. Bro.
Attention is a fucking drug, and that's why I'm not giving them none.
Well,
I'm not giving them none.
He just
sinners.
But I want to say this though, to all my Jewish brothers, stop telling Kanye suck your dick. Okay,
because he might take you
just threaten them with a good time. Yeah, okay, that shit. Michael Rappaport, no more Kanye suck my dick. Okay, that has to stop. All right, okay. Do not threaten them with a good time anymore. What else we got? What is this, Taylor?
I just thought y'all might enjoy this.
What is this?
This is something randomly.
What is this? Midget basketball?
Oh no.
Wheelchair and then.
Oh. Yo!
You guys are
What was this? Was this midgets?
No, it's kids.
Kids.
These are kids?
Yes. You guys are evil.
These kids, you show these kids are playing basketball. It's a woman in a wheelchair, or a person in a wheelchair playing with them, and she shoots a shot, and he Dikembe Mutombos that shit.
Can I just show you?
Fuck all that.
Can I just show you something?
Quality.
This is something beautiful here. I want you to look at the people in the stands, right? Look, watch the people in the stands, right? This is my favorite part. Look at them. Now you can see their faces. Look at that laughter. Now, listen, this is something that like I can tell you this as like
This is where, coming from New York City, and I don't know if this is like influence of black culture in New York City or if it's just an urban thing, whatever it is, but like the black people in the crowd right there just saw a kid in a wheelchair get their one shot all season smacked, and they are dying laughing.
Why shouldn't they laugh?
If this was a white suburb, the parents would be like, oh, hold on, stop the game. What's going on? This isn't appropriate.
And nowadays with this wokeness and the liberalness,
Bro, it's beautiful
That's
to see
equality.
This. But this thing, if this is New York City, I don't care what you look like, you're laughing your ass off.
Yes. She should be cross her up or something. Hit the gear. Hit another gear. Bam! Like, you know what I'm saying?
Now, if she pump faked him and he went flying,
What if she backed him up?
That would have been fire. That would have been
What if she post him up?
What do you mean, yeah.
When I was saying I played in college, there was a kid who used to come from the neighborhood and just shoot around with us after college. And, you know, we come over and block a shot. It was funny, except one time he pump faked me, and I slapped the shit out of him. I, like, went to block it, and I missed, and I slapped him really hard in the face.
Was he handicapped?
No, but he went and got his brothers. It turned into a whole thing. Like, I really thought I was going to have a problem. So I'm like, don't mess around with wheelchairs, kids shooting. Don't.
You slapped a kid in the face who was in a wheelchair?
No. He was like.
Then he went and got all his brothers?
He was, yeah.
Did your mom get scared? Is that when you moved your auntie and uncle to Bel Air? Did you West Philly after that? Is that when you left with West Philadelphia, Chris?
This was Poughkeepsie, New York.
Yo, Chris slapped a kid in the face. Yo, you were trying to slap him because the wheelchair, they're low. You're not blocking
No, he wasn't in a wheelchair. He was.
Nah, you said he was
stop capping, bro.
Chris,
Stop
you said he was in
capping.
a wheelchair. That's crazy.
Slapped a
That's
black
crazy.
child in a wheelchair.
A black child in
He
a
was black.
wheelchair? That is crazy, Chris.
Sorry.
And his brothers also were in wheelchairs? They all rolled up on you or
Whole
what?
crew of them, yeah. They rolled
Holy
up,
shit.
really
Did they
rolled
form like Voltron? Did they all kind of connect together?
Did you tell them you were blood because they're a bunch of Crips? What'd you do, Chris? How'd you get out of this thing?
What did you do? Chris, what did you do? How did you get out of it?
I left.
You left? they just rolled it out.
Chris rolled.
The issue with the people with
People with wheels.
wheels, yo.
You really? Oh, is that where the moped shit started? Is that where the moped shit? Yo, Taylor's mom brain couldn't get it out. She said,
You got a problem with wheels. Chris, you are having issues with wheels, man. Is that where the trauma started? It started with the kid in the wheelchair that you slapped the shit out of for no reason other than they were in a wheelchair? Jesus Christ.
You smacked a kid in a wheelchair in the face.
Chris said, homie, don't play that, handyman.
Damn.
Slapped the shit out of him.
Chris.
What else we got?
Chris, that's fucked up, bro.
I was young.
Listen, did you see Sinners?
Not yet, but I really do want to go.
Oh, my God.
Tell me.
Sinners,
Oh, yeah,
man.
you told me you saw it IMAX, right?
I did. You saw Sinners, Alice?
Yes.
What'd you think?
Amazing. Like, fantastic. I say 10 out of 10.
Oh, I gave it, it's definitely a 10 out of 10.
Can y'all explain to me why?
Why what?
Why do y'all think it's a 10 out of 10?
Because it's a great movie. Oh, you saw it too? You didn't like it?
Yeah, I didn't say I didn't like it. I just felt like I would change some stuff with the script.
Tell me what you would have changed from the script real quick. Without giving the movie away, what would you would have changed?
Well, why are you guys laughing?
I know what you don't like.
You know what I like.
What about the strong?
The acting was
The black female lead was phenomenal.
Yes. What's her name?
The black Haley Steinfeld. The black female lead was absolutely incredible.
No.
You got to give it up to her.
Okay, but I think
I guarantee that's the thing she don't like about
no.
But the black female lead,
not it at all.
you're not gonna give it up to the black female
How
lead.
do I pronounce her name? Wonmi
I don't know how to say
Mosaku?
her name.
No,
She
the
was
black
phenomenal.
female lead.
No.
The acting was all great,
Fantastic.
but I would just say how they introduced the action part. I would just want that hinted more in the intro. I thought it was a slow.
They did.
Not necessarily. No, they didn't. If you think about how
When
they
you say the action part, you mean like the vampire shit?
yeah, like I thought that was how they put it in. I thought
That was like Act 2 of the movie, though.
Yeah,
They introduced it really well in Act 2 of the movie.
I thought they should have been just a little bit earlier on.
I thought you didn't like the fact that Michael B. Jordan lived happily ever after with a white girl.
I don't care about that.
That girl's black.
Who?
That girl's black.
I didn't know she was engaged to Josh Allen.
Of course, dude.
That's crazy.
They're trying to spread rumors.
You know she is black.
She really is black?
Yeah.
She's a quarter black.
God.
No, she's an eighth black.
Eighth black.
But
eighth Filipino.
What's interesting about it is, and this was, I think,
Forgot about that.
I'm just saying she's black.
No, but this is interesting because at the time, I saw like a thing on it. At the time,
if you were an eighth black, you were considered black. It actually is it's an interesting look into like culture at the time, whereas like it was the one drop rule. If you had even a little black, so she's playing a white passing character who is considered black by the white community. So that was the role. Now, was the role written around the way that she already looks, or did they find someone who could fit that role? But I thought it was really interesting. I didn't watch the movie, but it didn't feel like stunt casting. It felt like an authentic moment where there were people who were mixed at the time, but they weren't accepted into white spaces.
But she was, though. That's what, hold on, let me think.
She grew up with him.
No, they was hiding the fact. Sorry,
Go-
they were hiding the fact that she had any black ancestry.
They showed that in the movie?
No, he said it out loud because they said she would have got kicked out of her community. Remember, she
I thought she would have got kicked out of her community because they was fucking each other.
No.
She was fucking a black guy in the 1930s.
If they found out if she was black, she would have got kicked out of her community.
Remember, any piece black, you're black.
Yeah.
But her mom was white, and her mom took in the twins when she was younger.
Yeah, white people are great. We do
never
great
said her
things.
dad was black?
Historically speaking, we do great
grandparents
stuff.
One grandparent.
good.
had
I must have missed that part of the movie. When they explained that shit, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, isn't
part.
that funny?
I really didn't catch
We
that
call that
part.
white erasure.
Okay.
I also
You know what
felt
Kanye
like-
calls white erasure? When he puts a white cock in his mouth. Can't even see it no more. It's gone. If it's 4 inches or less, he make it disappear. Okay?
You think he looks at that dick and he goes, no one man should have all that
These guys are crazy.
Well, I also felt like
We gotta go to a Kanye concert now. We gotta go to a Kanye concert now because every lyric got a different meaning.
God. Oh my God.
I was gonna say, I also feel like I wouldn't have used vampires for it. I would have used like just a different type of monster.
You would have just changed.
Why? Vampire was fantastic.
I'm just saying, like
Maybe vampires
from
were a
what-
metaphor for something.
Okay, so maybe that, but I just didn't see that metaphor with it necessarily.
What? That was perfect. First of all, if you don't use vampires,
Then he could have made another monster though. I'm just saying how.
it was the nightfall, like night played a part in it. What the vampires were offering them, because that's what the vampire was offering them everlasting life. You just literally got to give up your soul for it. Because what he really wanted was that kid that could fucking play the instrument.
But that's I guess how I was looking at it too. Like vampires are attracted to music now.
No, it's
That's how they
Why
made
didn't
it.
charge it?
again. I haven't seen the movie, but I imagine it's some play off of the blues
No, it
being
was.
adopted
No, it
by
was.
white culture, and there's a almost
Nah, the white people in the movie weren't even playing the blues. They were playing their shit. They were playing
bluegrass.
what's that sound called?
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
No, but it's still the idea that there are these people that can come and they can take your culture, and then you can have everlasting success within it, but you no longer own it. That's what I assume the metaphor is. Is it something like that? A little bit, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I think he's using the vampire as a device, not just like, ooh, I need a boogeyman, but like, what does a vampire represent? Like, once a vampire bites you, you're theirs forever. And you can exist in perpetuity with that, but you lose your soul, right?
That's right.
You lose what makes it special for you. It exists and proliferates forever, but at what cost? The cost is this authenticity.
That's why vampires was the perfect monster. There's no other monster that they could have been.
Critique. I would give it an 8 though.
No, I first of all, it's okay to like. Obviously, everybody can have their opinion about shit. I just think it's really cool that there's a. And again, I'm really interested in seeing the movie, but I think it's really cool that there's somebody who's like a real film nerd. Like you can tell he really loves film, but he's applying it to big box office movies.
Man.
I think a lot of times you have.
They're gonna do a prequel too.
The fact that they did this movie and it's original IP, it's an original story that had a $90 million budget that has made
Well,
70.
It had a $40 million budget, but then
90.
Well, $40 million is what it costs to make the movie, and I think you put another 40 in advertising.
90 in the rest in advertising.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow,
the production budget was 90.
Wow.
Yeah, the production budget was 90. So I think I would say probably another 30.
No, usually it's
marketing.
double. They usually double whatever the production.
It was 180? Yeah.
So you go, if it costs 90 to make it, you spend 90 in production. But I guess the point that I'm trying to make is like, there's a lot of people that are like film nerds, right? And music nerds and all these different types of nerds. And then they create shit and they do this like little indie stuff. And the process is essentially, if you don't understand it, you don't get it, you're not smart enough. I think it's very brave to be that film nerd or film aficionado and apply that acumen to a blockbuster, and the risk that you take to do that, to me, that's way hard. That's a way harder endeavor. So I give a lot of credit to people who will take that skill and take that talent and apply it to these big blockbuster things, because the risk of failure is much higher. If your little indie film flops, you get to say, oh, you all are too stupid to enjoy it. But if you make Creed, if you make Sinners, if you make these things, you're making them for global consumption. It's a harder thing to do, and to take your art and apply to that is like really fucking cool.
And what's so beautiful about Sinners, yes, there's a lot of deeper meanings to the movie, but the reality is it don't even got to be that deep if you don't want it to be.
So it's
just enjoyable.
This is the thing about like it, and this is, to me, in my opinion, like highest version of art, right? Is you can make it consumable for the masses that don't know the metaphors, and it's still enjoyable, and you can make it consumable for the indie like art critic who goes, oh, all these metaphors really make me feel like I'm smart and intelligent and I understand it. And like what will happen, I imagine, with Coogler is when you start making films like this, people start applying their reasoning to it. Like with I remember with Black Panther, right? This idea, and who knows if this was his idea, if it already existed, but like remember the suit, it absorbed whatever punishment and then used that as power.
Give it back, project it back, yeah.
And then like again, maybe this is his idea, but maybe it was maybe it was other people applying it to it, but they're like, whoa, is that kind of similar to the Black experience? It's like we take all this pain and struggle and then we put that out there in the world and it is like a superpower. If that's his idea, awesome. If it's the audience going, this guy's really smart and everything he does is intentional and we're going to put meaning on it, that's awesome too. That's high level art. And applying high level art to blockbuster shit is hard, and he deserves a lot of credit for that.
I'm so impressed by this because, you know, if you read this Variety article, right? In this Variety article, it talks about how one of the ventures that I've started is Southland Stories, and it says Charlamagne has set up a film production venture with veteran producer
Basil.
The focus will be on stories rooted in the culture of the South. I believe, and this is just my personal opinion, all the original IP, all of the original titles, the new stories that Hollywood is looking for exist in the South. I really, truly believe that. And not only do they exist in the South, they exist in folklore of the South.
That's cool.
The folklore of the South. There's so much folklore in the movie Sinners. I'm gonna shut up, but there's a project that one of the projects that me and Basil are rolling out, one of the original projects that we're rolling out. I'm a call back to Sinners and tell y'all, see, that's how rooted some of this stuff is in the South and how much of this supernatural folklore. If you read any of my books, Black Privilege, Shook One, Get Honest with That Line, I'm always talking about the supernatural folklore that exists down South. Those are where the original stories are.
All folklore is representative of real things.
Yes.
And it's just put into digestible stories that are meant to scare us or inspire us. But these things all represent like real human experiences. The best stories throughout time represent real human experiences.
Absolutely.
Like Noah's Ark, like you might be like a literalist and believe he built the ark, or you might look at that story, interpret it in terms of faith and like what faith can do. And like, I think that's awesome. And if that hasn't been explored, what you're saying, Charla, that makes me very interested. I've heard a lot of mafia stories, not saying we should stop making them, but like I've heard a lot of them. Like where else do these things exist?
I don't mind, you know, so I'm glad you brought that up. Mafia stories are great, but you know what's great about true crime stories? Anytime we see true crime from another world. We've seen a million of the mafia stories, but when you see like The Wire, when you see, you know, Power, like my guy Sean Penn, he wrote a story, Poison, you know, about the Shower Posse. Is it the Shower Posse? Yeah, the Shower Posse. No, a Poison Clan, I'm sorry, the Poison Clan in Brooklyn. Like, these are real things that happen. So when you hear these stories, you like, oh shit. Like when you actually read about them and then watch them play out on the big screen, we haven't seen that.
And some of them become myths, and that's what makes them even more interesting.
You can't even believe that it really happened. You're like, this shit really happened?
Yeah.
Like this, like really?
And that's, I think that'd be really cool if and I'm sure the South has millions of them. Man. You know, so let's explore them. I think that's really cool. I think that's really, really cool.
I can't wait. And Ryan Coogler did a unprecedented deal. He's got a deal to where in 25 years, he gets back the ownership rights to Sinners, but also he has a deal called the first gross rights deal.
Mm-hmm.
So before the movie is even profitable, he starts getting money back even before the studio.
His payment.
That's fantastic. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Ryan. He deserves it, man. You talk about, you said it right. He's a film nerd. Like, if you talk to Ryan Coogler about film.
That's who I want. Film nerds making my films. I want music nerds making my music.
That's right.
I want tech nerds making my tech. I want the people who love the game. Like, they're obsessed with the game, making shit.
That's right.
And because they put out the best product and we like it the best. I think what happens is, certain genres of entertainment become really popular, and then you get people who are not necessarily the nerds, they're more like the executives, and they're just trying to make these carbon copies of stuff. And then we start to feel it. We start to go, this is just trying to be a different version of that. And we can see through it. And when you have the real artists making shit, you get real art, and the people like it, and they go to the fucking movie theater, which is a hard thing to get people to do. So, I think this is great.
We got to take risk. That's all. Hollywood got to be willing to take the risk.
Take the risks on the artist, yo, because it's gonna pay off.
And we don't. Some of us don't even need Hollywood. We're gonna fund our own films, and then y'all gonna see what we did, and then y'all gonna want to be in business with us. Let's do some Asking Idiots, Taylor. What we got, Taylor? Gang.
First question is the Rico Graham. What's your obsession with slavery movies? Every couple of years, 12 years, Django and Sin.
I've never seen 12 Years a Slave.
Me neither.
I love Django. The reason I love Django is because Django wasn't no motherfucking victim. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like Django went back and revolted and burnt that motherfucker to the ground.
Superhero.
I love Django. Django was fantastic. I don't have an obsession with slavery movies. Actually, I don't need any more slavery movies.
Yeah, I think we got it.
That's not what I want to see.
I think we got enough World War II movies. We got enough slavery movies. I think we just keep on moving on.
But like with Sinners now, it's like based in
Sinners wasn't no slavery movie.
It wasn't necessarily.
Sinners was about so much liberation.
I know, but they're still basing it off of just, I think, the segregation.
There was no slaves in Sinners.
I know. I'm saying though,
They bought. Let me shut up. Like Sinners is like the ultimate black liberation.
I don't
movie.
think he necessarily means the slavery. Just back in the day, segregation.
It's a period. I don't have no problem with period pieces. Yeah. That was a great period piece. They showed me something I've never seen before. By the way, not one person in that movie was being a victim. Even when it came to the vampires, even when it came to the vampires, they weren't victims.
It took place after slavery was already abolished, but the people were still working. It was
1932 Mississippi.
Yeah,
it was what, like sharecropping shit, or
Put it like this: one of the sharecroppers was able to walk off the field.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And his wife told him go get that money. Sinners was not. Sinners was not a slavery. If you saw Sinners as a slavery movie, you saw two different movies.
Next.
Major Khatri says, if you could open a restaurant, what would it be called and what cuisine would you serve? I would probably open something in Chicago. I would probably want to go in business with Kanye West. What?
I knew that was coming.
What? This is a chicken and waffle spot, bro. That's y'all. What's up with y'all?
I'm opening an Irish restaurant, Mash P, done. That's what it is. I've been thinking about that for like 5 years.
Why Mash P?
I'd mash this pea in your mouth, probably. I am unstoppable. I am unstoppable. I am unstoppable.
Damn, Sean.
Come on now. I am unstoppable. Okay? You end the pod on that. It's over.
Yeah. The way this guy just lays and waits. he just lays and waits, man. He's just like Kanye with his cousin. He's just find the perfect time to put this dick in your mouth, man. As always, if you listen to this podcast, you think we're smart, you think we're intelligent, you think we're brilliant, you're absolutely right. But if you think we're just a couple of idiots who don't know shit, you're right too. It's the Brilliant Idiots Podcast. Thank you for listening.
Yeah.